Hey Facebook! So I'm making a video before going to the groceries and buying some food, as it's my weekend. You notice that white thing in my hair is just some mousse I put in my hair to work the curls out. So yeah, I wanted to make a small video, spilling out some ideas I have about um, how what are the different actions we can take to have a more sustainable lifestyle and help the world be a more sustainable place. Some of the ideas I'll spill out may not be 100% correct, just keep that in mind. I'll do my best to compile all the knowledge I've brought up through the different readings I did and the different videos and stuff I came across these last few years, so it could help you have a broad idea how you can have a better lifestyle for the planet. But first, why want to have a more sustainable lifestyle? Well, from my point of view, it is most important to live a good life, a life of good deeds, and not be a nuisance to things at minimum. That's what the Dalai Lama says if you can't do good, if you can't give anything positive to the world, try at least to not do anything bad. So yeah, having sustainable lifestyle it's important for the future generations, for the future of humanity. It's important for the future of life itself, and we often discard sustainability because we feel it's like it's not cool, It's like, yeah, it's for people that are outcasts, like, yeah, I'm just gonna spend my money and buy some expensive stuff. I don't care, And honestly, it's not a good point of view at all. So yeah, what are the different things that really make this world unsustainable? What are the different actions we take that makes the world much less sustainable and more more pollution inducing. Give me a second, I'm having a little problem here. Okay, so I'm back. So why did I have a little? Why I stopped recording for a minute? It's because I like listening to music when I speak about different subjects. It helps me get into the zone and feel comfortable, and feel more productive and get my ideas across better. It's just something I like. I'm a quite sensible person, and I like feeling comfortable, positive when I'm trying to do something. It helps me be better at it. So that's a little anecdote about the why I just cut the video. So let's get back to the subject. What are the different things that we do today in societies? Are consumers, you, I don't know, your friend, we usually do. I'm not talking about big corporations, but literally you. What can you do to change the world? So first, most of the smartphones and the stuff we buy are made from material, made from rare material that we find in the low developed countries. So these material are often hard to extract and demand a lot of pollution to get out. So the more we are careful with the material we buy, and the more we try to buy it at a short distance. If you live in France, I don't know, try to find a French company that sells these materials. But the problem with that is most of the material that are found in our iPhones and computers and batteries are often in poor countries, far away, and it demands a lot of transporting. It demands a lot of extraction, from polluting machines, and the transportation pollutes a lot of gas. all these transportation companies that are in like cargo stuff like that, or in charter that have lots of containers, and they have huge boats that bring all these containers around the world. Is mostly those companies are the biggest gas emission companies ever. I mean, in the world, they are the ones that pollute the most gas, and so by importing less, we decrease our emissions of gas. So that's one solution, So we must think about this. It's imminent, This is a problem of life or death of humanity. Thinking about these things, it might be uncomfortable to say no to that new iPhone or whatever, but it's really important, Try to think less selfishly and more as a community, as a species, because it's what's good. And the end of it, if you want to have children, well, it's already it should be coming from a good intention. If you want children, you don't want them to be a disservice to society, I think, from my point of view. So from that point of view, try to... Yeah, so my music cut off again. I'm back at it. So, yeah, so thinking about these big charter companies that keep importing and exporting, that really is a big contributing force to pollution nowadays. But other than that, I'm going to give you another thing you can do. Try to shower less long, because water demands a lot of energy, and today in our society we are going to lack water more and more. And even to produce the energy to use water, you need to use like what we call the nuclear, the nuclear energy types, which are really destructive to our planet. And we also need fossil fuels to produce that energy, which is not productive. Try to conserve energy. Don't try to put up the heater at the maximum and try to consume less. Try to turn off all of your computers and stuff when you leave your house. Try to turn off your lights when you're not in the room. All these different actions really help the world in a positive way. And another, I'm going to try to make this short because I have to go buy some food and I don't want to make this video too long. Another thing you can do is when you buy your food, try to buy local food, organic local food, and try to find companies that sell food that are in a sustainable model. Sustainable models are models where companies integrate a production where there's animals that live around the crops, because like the cow will eat the bad weed where you can plant the seeds. Rather, it's better that model than to have a model where you put lots of fertilizers and you use lots of different chemical products to get rid of the weed that will destroy the soil. So you have to find companies that are trying to make this point better, trying to make it better in that point of view. Literally. Another thing you could do, it's my belief, well, first, what's the most sustainable diet is a diet which is local, and also a diet that combines nature, that does not disturb nature. These intensive production types of trying to make as much vegetables as possible by destroying the soil and not letting it regenerate. The ones that use pesticides, the ones that use all of these different types of chemicals, to enhance the productivity is not sustainable, because in the end it destroys the essence and the nature that the planet gave us. It disturbs it and deregulates it, which is gives a chain of that starts a chain of events that ultimately just like destroys the system and which is based, and keeps us, and it's like you putting like dominoes and you hit one down and it makes everyone else go down. So the sustainable ones are the ones where the animals, the nature are put together, and the crops also, and each animal complements the nature in some way, the soil, and that's what we should strive to. So those are 3 little tips you can use to try to lower your impact and be more sustainable. I don't have any more ideas coming up my head right now. I'll try to share more once I have more. It was a pleasure making a video. I really wish to make more of these in the future. I have a job that's quite exhausting, so unfortunately I cannot upload as much as I'd like to, but I'll try to strive to make more of them. Alright, on this note, see ya, and have a good day, Facebook.